Now let's get on to the benefits. Really, what are you going to be able to what are the real advantages of setting up this corporation? My name is Andrew Wall, and I'm the managing partner here at CPA for IT. So another big advantage that people are talking about is this concept of income splitting. So income splitting is a great advantage. I mean, there's some ability to do this within a sole proprietorship. When we talk around salaries, with a corporation, we add another layer, which is the ability to income split through the use of dividends. Again, I said we'll talk about the details of dividend versus salary in another session. But what is important to know and understand about dividends is there were some new rules put in by the Liberals, Jan 1, 2019, that did really curtail. We used to have even greater, really substantial benefits around income splitting, or what the Liberals called income sprinkling, that have been eroded. There are still advantages, but you need to understand what the implications of TOSI are, which is tax on split income. Effectively, what the government has done is made it tax ineffective to give dividends to children under 25 and spouses that aren't actively, or family members that aren't actively involved in the business. It's not that you can't give them dividends, you can, but effectively the dividends are going to be taxed at the highest personal tax rate unless they are exempt from TOSI. And there are a few exemptions. One of the biggest ones is once you hit 65, you can income split with your spouse or your partner through the use of dividends. Now, of course, if your spouse or partner is actively involved, or any adult, what we call non-arm's length person is working in the business more than 20 hours a week, then we can do dividends to them still. In addition, if they are if they are over 25, then what we can also look at is a reasonableness test. Now, salaries have always been subject to a reasonableness test. I personally am still a little leery around using the reasonableness test for dividends, simply because we have no case law yet, right? It's relatively new. We haven't seen audits yet on reasonableness for dividends for non-arm's length people who have been working in the business less than 20 hours a week. Generally speaking, I guess the bottom line is there's still advantages to using dividends inside of a corporation, but before you declare any dividends to anyone, you really do need to speak with your accountant or financial professional to make sure it's being done in a way that's going to really work tax effectively for you. Because the worst case scenario is this becomes subject to TOSI and you've received really no financial benefit in declaring dividends to a family member. So again, great benefit that we do have with the personal real estate corporations here in Ontario is that they did basically enable you to set up shares for family members. You have to be the common shareholder. The realtor has to be the common shareholder, but we can do preferred shares for different family members. And we are, if we're doing that incorporation for you, we're going to recommend doing that. Not only for the ability to do income splitting with the spouse once you hit 65, but also you never know when rules change. Tax rules change all the time. We could end up in a situation where, we end up being able to dividend income split again sometime down the road. But, it is still very much a tax advantage and something to be taken advantage of.